Focus less on the what and when and more on the actual doing of the task. Hey, it's Asia again, and welcome back to The Purpose of Prep, your one-stop shop for everything study skills, college admissions, and SAT prep. And today we're talking about time blocking. Now, I know a lot of students have seen videos about you need to time block. Time blocking is great for organization. Time blocking is great for your grades, but there's not many videos that actually show you how to do it. And that's what today's video is going to be. I'm going to get onto my Google Calendar and show you how to time block properly. So make sure you have your Google Calendar open because I'm going to help you actually learn how to do this thing. Now, before we hop straight to that part of the video, I want to talk about what time blocking is for those of you who hopped on my video and do not know. So, time blocking is a time management system, and what it allows you to do is to schedule your tasks on a specific day and specific time so that you're looking realistically at how long it takes to do something, when you're going to do it, and how you're going to do it. So overall, what time blocking helps you do is focus less on the what and when and more on the actual doing of the task. So we're gonna hop to my computer so we can take a look at how to time block correctly using specifically Google Calendar, which is my #1 recommendation for time management. All right, let's head straight there. All right, so now that you're at your computer, make sure you have your Google Calendar open, and if you don't have a Google account already, make sure you make one, and then make sure you're on your blank Google Calendar so that we can start adding activities right now. All right, so the first thing you're gonna be adding to your Google Calendar is school. It's a staple. You have it every single day, Monday through Friday, at whatever time it is for your specific school district, so make sure to add that in. Some of my students will have school from 7:30 to 2:30 for this schedule. And if you notice here, first thing I'm doing is all I did was click into my Google Calendar here, whatever time I wanted to start at. And you can edit the time once you click it. So 7:30 a.m. to 8:30 is what it is. But now I'm gonna set it to 2:30 p.m. And now I'm gonna name this school. And I'm gonna leave this color blue. So you can change the color down here by clicking this and changing it to different fun colors. I'm gonna leave this one this peacock color or blue. Now, school repeats. So let's make it easy on ourselves. We're gonna make this, so you see where it says does not repeat? We're gonna click this drop down menu and we're going to say every weekday, Monday through Friday. So we're gonna press save. So if you notice, now you only have to do this one time, not multiple times, but once. So it's in there for every single week. Next thing we're gonna add is any extracurricular activities that you do. This can be sports, tutoring, piano lessons, dance classes, anything like that. Most students usually have 2 extracurricular activities. So for one here, I'm gonna add in piano practice for this mock student. So they have piano practice on Mondays and Wednesdays for an hour at 4 o'clock. So I'm gonna name this piano lesson. All right, so from 4 to 5 is what I'm gonna say it is. Now I'm gonna change this because I want all my extracurriculars to be a different color. So I'm going to make all of my extracurriculars yellow. And remember, the colors I'm just choosing. You can choose whatever colors you want for each category. Just make sure each category has a different color. And remember, I said this is on Mondays and Wednesdays, so how can we edit that so that we don't have to keep putting it back in? So we're gonna go back to this section here where it says does not repeat. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna click custom. This is where you can change it specifically. So I'm gonna put Mondays and Wednesdays. So now it's gonna show up on every Monday and Wednesday of every week from 4 to 5 p.m. And what you could do is you could set this to never ends. This means it's gonna continue on through your calendar for years and years to come. Or you could put a date if you specifically want it to end. For example, let's say my student is graduating next year in June. So I could put it to end on June 30th because they're gonna be going to college after that. No more piano lessons specifically, or no more high school piano lessons. Or you could do it after a couple of occurrences. So for example, for piano lessons, there's 10 sessions total. You could put it to show up 10 times. So in this case, I'm just gonna put never for simplicity reasons, but these are some of the features that Google Calendar has where you could set events to end at specific times and also set custom repeats. So I'm gonna click done here and save. And now piano lessons are showing up for Monday and Wednesday. But as I said, usually students have more than one extracurricular activity. So I'm also gonna add something here on Saturday. So let's say my student has a sport that they play. They play volleyball. So this is volleyball practice. And they have it every Saturday from 7:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. So 3 hours worth of practice. And I'm gonna also make that yellow because it is a extracurricular. And I'm gonna make sure that it repeats every single Saturday. So it has weekly on Saturday here. So I'm going to go ahead and click that and save. Perfect. So now you have all of your extracurriculars in. So this would be the time for you to enter all your different extracurriculars at whatever times that you have them. Now, the next thing you want to add is anything that is considered personal. So for example, sometimes students attend church on Sundays. So one thing you can add in here is if you have church service from 7 to 9 a.m., that's something you want to add in because it's something that takes up time on your schedule. So you can add in here church if you have church, and I'm going to make all my personal items purple. So you have church there and it's every Sunday. So I'm going to make sure I go to my repeat section and put weekly on Sunday so that it does it for every single week. The other things you can do is events that you have with people. So these aren't necessarily extracurriculars, but if you go to lunch with your friends on Fridays after school, then that's something you'd want to have on your calendar. So let's say lunch with friends or family events, all kinds of stuff like that. Anything that's considered personal, this is what you want to do. And if it's a one-time thing, so let's say you don't have lunch with your friends every single day after school, it's just Fridays, or it's some Fridays, not every Friday, you can add these in as needed. You don't have to do the repeat. So your Google Calendar is something that you would go into and modify as things change, or if you have things that don't always happen all the time that you need to add in. So you could add in here lunch with friends. But I'm not going to press does not repeat because that may not happen every Friday. Or if you have a job 7 to 8 o'clock, and let's say you have a job, you work at McDonald's or a fast food restaurant, or you're interning something or whatever it is, that I'd also put underneath personal. So you put your work schedule in, but obviously this is not something you can put every week because a lot of people, your work schedule changes. If you have a stationary work schedule, that's great. You can add that in and set it to go for the rest of the week. But if you have a work schedule that changes every week or 2 weeks, you'll have to manually add this in as you get your schedule. So in this case, I'm just going to do it for this week. And let's say this student works 7 to 8 Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So I'm going to go to does not repeat for this week only. I'm going to go to custom, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I'm going to make this end specifically on this week because it's only for this week's schedule, right? So then I'm going to end it. We're on the first week of October. I'm going to say it's going to end on Saturday so that it only does it for this week. So if you go into next week here, you don't see that work schedule or that lunch date. So that's ways you can add in personal stuff, like any outings that you have that are personal to you. Now it's time to actually get to the studying part of your time blocking. So the first thing you want to do is before you add in any study time, you want to add in any tests, projects, or exams or quizzes that you have. So let's say, for example, I have a test on Friday in school. So what you want to do is you don't want to actually put this specifically in the time blocking if you have any tests or deadlines. What you could do is up here where you see the dates on Google Calendar, you can actually click the top and put in things at the top of the day. So it's not necessarily on a specific time. So let's say I have a biology test today. And what I like to do is for these kind of activities, I make them red. So it's like red, this is a due date. So you know that specifically something needs to get done before this day. So I'm gonna put a biology test today and I put it in red, and obviously I'm not gonna have it repeat. So now I know I have a biology test today. So that's for example. And you can, after this, continue to put in any other projects or quizzes coming up that you know of for this week and next week. Now what you want to do is put in your study time. So this is the time you're actually going to dedicate to prepare for that date. So what I always recommend is at bare minimum 3 study times for a test at bare minimum. Now every student is different and every student needs a different amount of time to prepare for something, but at the bare minimum I always recommend 3. So what I'm going to do here is, now that everything in my life is on this calendar, my school time, my personal time, my extracurriculars, now I know where I can actually study. So for example here, I'm going to take a look at Sunday. So that Sunday before, I don't have too much going on. I just have church that morning and I come home. So I may build in some study time on this Sunday because I have a lot of free time. So I'm going to say, all right, after this church time and lunch and probably time with my family, I'm going to take some time here for an hour and a half to study. And you can change these times as much as you want and put as much study time as you need. So I could say study for biology test. And what I want you to do here for your study time is to be really specific about what you're going to do. So what you can do here is, in these little tasks, there's things where you can add a description. And what you could do here is write exactly what you're going to do during the study time. So let's say you're going to take notes on your chapters. So we're being very general here, but you're gonna be more specific because you know exactly what you need to do for your classes. And that's what I'm gonna do for this study session. And studying, we're gonna make another color different from our test color. So I'm gonna make this green. So all my study time is going to be green for my time blocking. So now I'm gonna add in another study time. So I say I have a lot of free time here on Tuesday. So I'm gonna add in a study time like a little bit right after school so that I have time to get home, eat, shower, whatever you need to do when you come home from school. And now I'm gonna add in study for biology test again. And then I'm gonna add something very specific. So now that I have notes and I've read the chapters and I know what I need to review, maybe I'm going to make and review flashcards. So if there's terms that I need to look at and study for, that's what I'll do. And then maybe also during this time, I'll create a mock exam. So I'm gonna look at my notes and create an actual mock fake exam on the material that I'm supposed to know for the test. So let me go ahead and I'm gonna make this green once again for study time. And then lastly, I see I have a lot of free time on Thursday. So I'm gonna add in another hour here for study time, and I'll do it the same time that I did on Tuesday. And then I'm gonna add in description here. So maybe what I'm gonna do is take my mock exam and review those flashcards. And there you go. Now what you actually have here is a schedule for the entire week of everything that you need to do. And you can get more specific in these descriptions. I'm being very generalized because this is an example, but you know what you need to do. You know the things you do in each of these tasks every day. So you can get very, very specific about what you need to do. Now you can focus on actually getting it done and getting it done at exact times so you can really see what time do you have in your day to do these things. So I hope you found this video very useful, tactical, and a real life example of how you can start time blocking today. And if you enjoyed this video and you want more videos like this, or you want me to do more detailed videos like this, please make sure to comment down below and let me know. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and the like button so you can support the Purpose of Prep so we can continue making videos like this. And I hope to catch you on the next video.